Thank you again for joining this training session on the EGOS Next Generation GSS module. We really appreciate you holding on there. And just some quick rules. Everybody on the phone should be muted. And if you have any questions, please make sure that you use the Q&A element of WebEx. Also, if you have access to the chat, you can also request any questions or any clarifications. You can type it there. We will follow up with every clarification and every question that we have and try to address them all within the training session. At this moment, I would like to test the audio. I want to make sure that everybody is listening to me. Would you mind writing me in the chat message and see if you can hear me? That would be really appreciated. And if you can't hear anything, I hope that you make it aware through the chat session as well. Perfect. I'm hearing multiple reports that the audio is clear, so I'm going to get started. The EGOS Next Generation GSS module is part of a modernization effort that NITAAC has involved in, and it is the first module to be modernized out of EGOS. In the view, which you're going to start seeing in a second, you can see the main dashboard view that you are probably very familiar with EGOS. It's the view that won't change with this new release. So every process that you're familiar with RFPs, RFQs, search label rates, CIO/CS catalog search, nothing changes associated to this new release. The only module that is going to be changing soon is the NITAAC GSS, which is the focus of this engagement. The NITAAC Strategic Solutions is accessible through this button, the NITAAC GSS button, that once you click it, it will open a brand new tab on the side. This brand new tab is going to look like this. If this is the first time that you're going to be opening that tab, and depending on your browser settings, Chrome may request you to remove pop-up blockers. So, for example, in Chrome, that warning will come on this side, on the top right side, and make sure that you remove any of the pop-up blockers associated to opening a side-by-side tab, a new tab. Once you click this button and the new tab appears, you will have access to the GSS product catalog. In this catalog, you're going to find all of the GSS products listed in order of price, from the lowest price to the highest price associated to different products. You can see that there's multiple elements for navigation associated to this. You're going to have an account email address associated to your EGOS account. You're going to have a menu for orders, which I'm going to detail subsequently, and you're going to have a link for standard configurations that lists all of the GSS standard configurations for the different product offerings that you can access as a resource in your research. Additionally, you're going to see three different elements here: the product, cart, and review orders. Starting with the products, you can see all the catalog of different GSS products that you can investigate, research, identify. You can filter this information through multiple types of categories. So, for example, by device type, if you click on laptops, it's going to filter automatically the catalog for all the laptops that are available in the GSS catalog. Furthermore, there are categories associated to compliance. There's OMB compliant and non-OMB compliant devices in this catalog. So, for example, if you want to make purchases that comply with that 80% OMB compliance, you can summarize the elements and click that button. It will filter for all of the different products that contain that characteristic. you're going to find out that there's two tags associated with each product. One tag is associated to the type of product that we're displaying, in this case a desktop, and the second one whether the product is compliant or not with OMB, so that you can carefully and quickly recognize that this is an OMB compliant solution or not. You can also clear all the filters on top and or use several other types of categories like operating system, processor, RAM to fulfill the needs that you're looking in terms of specifications, and also to organize and arrange the information from price low to high as it is currently or high to low, depending on whatever filter you have selected. Additionally, if you're searching for specific brands or specific characteristics, you could use the omnibar here. The search tab is going to allow you to type any brand or any keyword. So, for example, if I'm interested in Dell Optiplex, which is a very common device that is being offered, you can find different products that meet that partial search. It doesn't need to be a full search. Just a partial search, and automatically is going to filter this catalog and show you the different offerings that are associated to different products. Let's say, for example, that I am interested in the Dell Optiplex 7040 SFF. And in this specific case, it's listing that it has 7 offerings. This means that 7 contract holders that are part of this GSS catalog are offering this product. I can see also that it is a desktop and that it is an OMB compliant product. If I click on the View Offerings button there, it's going to list all of the different contract holders that are offering this product. For the purpose of this demonstration, you can see that all the products have a price of $1,000. We have anonymized the products and the characteristics of the products to make sure that this is relevant and maintains a demonstration purpose of this training. You can see that the products may vary in many different specifications, so that we have provided the option for comparing the different products. You can use the Compare button to compare up to 3 different products at once, and then you can click the View Comparison button that is going to load all these 3 products side by side, and then you can compare them, all the different characteristics, and find what are the differences between them so that it can make an informed decision process in your workflow. Furthermore, for different add-ons associated to this specific product, you can identify whether it is included or not. So, for example, in this case, there's an offering that it doesn't include an optical drive as a potential add-on, and that can help you decide, using price, using specifications, what is the most relevant product that you have. Once you have made that comparison, you can clear this comparison, or you could use compare different products across different offerings. It doesn't need to be a comparison between offerings within the same product. It could be across multiple computers, different brands, different characteristics. All that you need to do is just click the Compare button and click the View Comparison to make sure that you're comparing them side by side. Once you have identified a product that is available and that you have identified meets your requirements, you can click on the View Product to see more information. And what we will do is identify, you can see that there's a carousel of pictures here that show you multiple images of that product, and you can see all of the different add-ons associated here. This number establishes the number of the quantity of products that you have, and this price identifies the unique price per item. If I increase the quantity either by typing or by clicking the arrows, let's say for instance 2, notice that the total increases at the bottom. You can also notice that if I add any add-on associated to the product, the total will be updated as well. Keep in mind that the price that it is included here are per unit prices of that. And it doesn't matter how many products you order, it will be maintained. The total indicates you what is going to be the total associated to those selections in terms of quantity. You can add this product to the cart, and you're going to get a message box that shows you whether there is an option of continuing shopping or go straight to the cart so that you can start the process of reviewing the order and checking out. In this case, I'm going to choose to continue shopping because I'm interested in other products as well. Once you click on continue shopping, I can go back to the products page, clear out any searches that I have associated to products, and use the filters or use the search bar to identify any other products that I am interested in. Let's say that I'm interested in this MacBook that is a non-OMB compliant, a Mac laptop, and I want to see what are the different offerings associated to the product. I see that there's multiple ones, and I'm going to assume that I made my research and that this one is the one that fits most my needs, and I'm going to go to View Product, identify the quantity that I'm interested in, and also add any add-ons associated to this product. I'm going to add to the cart, and I'm going to go straight to the cart to identify all these product offerings. Notice that when you're in the cart, it's going to show you all the selections that you've had and the total associated to the two different selections that I had. This is a total price that includes these two products, whereas the previous total indicated only the partial total, not the global one. After this, it's important to know that I have the option for saving products for later in case that you're interested in just stopping at that point, logging out, coming back afterwards. If you click the Save Products for Later, they are going to be available as a list in your Orders menu. There's the Save Orders, which is the first item in the menu box. Alternatively, you can move to the Review Order, which is going to move the process to the next step, from cart to Review Orders. When you click the Review Order, it's going to initiate that review process. At this point in time, what the system is going to do is going to divide the orders by contract holder so that you can analyze them, share them with individuals in your organization or external, and continue with different workflows associated to different agencies. So for example, the two products that I selected come from BlueTech and Government Acquisitions, and there's a menu underneath. And there's a total, including the NCAP fee that you're familiar with when you're using the CS GWAC. When you click on the NCAP, you can see the breakup of this price. So the initial product price was $2,000. The NCAP fee in this specific case is 0.35%, which is the CS NCAP fee, $7, and it gives you the total of $2,007. Additionally, you can see the menu underneath that indicates View Product if you want to review what were the products associated to BlueTech. In this case, it was the MacBook that was included there. And the following one is the email summary. The email summary allows you to share this specific set of products associated to one contract holder to anyone in your organization. You can include the recipient's name, recipient's email, and a specific message that you want to include, and the system will email a PDF summary of the products that are included and associated to that specific contract holder. Additionally, you can download that PDF summary that I was indicating in the email summary, and what the system is going to do is going to process everything and download the PDF document that you can then subsequently open. That PDF document is going to show you details about the contract holder, about the contact information of that contract holder, and regarding the product name, OEM part numbers, description, quantity, and unit price associated to that specific item. Once you have identified that option as well, purchasing officials and contracting officers have the option of creating an RFQ. If you don't want to proceed with a checkout that is going to process this order as a purchasing with a purchasing cart, you can always and at any point choose to compete this specific set of requirements through an RFQ. When you do that, if you click on the Create RFQ, you're going to get a warning message that mentions that the order is below the simplified threshold limit of $150,000 and that you could continue placing the checkout or actually creating an RFQ. It's double checking to make sure that this wasn't a mistake. So if I'm convinced that I want to compete this specific product, I create an RFQ, and what the system does is it downloads a specific PDF with anonymized information associated to that PDF. This anonymized information just lists product specifications and information associated to the specs, a URL that any contract holder can access so that you can compete that information using RFQ. It also provides you instructions as to what to do next. It's suggesting you to go to the Eagles dashboard, create an RFQ, and upload that document that was downloaded into your machine, and then you can release to the desired competitors. All of that process will occur here in the regular Eagles dashboard where you can create the RFQ and upload that PDF document that got downloaded as part of the process of creating the RFQ. And the order will be basically registered in the system as an RFQ order. Additionally, for the other set of products that I chose here, I'm going to select the checkout because I'm making here the assumption that I want to purchase it using my purchase card. If I click the checkout button, it's going to take me through the checkout process, in which first it confirms. It asks again whether I'm a warranted officer or whether I have an authorized purchase card at my possession. And I can answer yes. If that is the case, clicking on continue, it passes to the next step. It asks again whether you are a purchase card holder, making sure that there was no mistakes associated with the previous order. I click yes, continue. Subsequently, it's going to show you the point of contact. At this point, the default point of contact is going to be the individual that is placing this order. You can also select any other potential suggested contacts that are part of the used contacts before. The system will remember the contacts that you have used before and list them here. Or additionally, you can just type a new one in here in which you're going to define an additional purchasing official, primary purchasing official. Furthermore, you can also have access to the contracting specialist POC, in which you can fill out information, search for information. Similarly speaking, you can add a score or CO to this specific order. Once you have filled out all the relevant information, you can click on the Continue button. That is going to ask you all the shipping information. The shipping information is going to list the default information associated to your contact, or you can just modify that default information, and this new modified information, or you can add new information associated to that, and populate other critical information like the requested delivery date and different shipping aspects like new shipping address. And at the end of the process, once you have filled out all the information, you click on agreement and submit to the contract holder. Once you click submit to contract holder, the system will email that summary document that you have in PDF directly to the contract holder, requesting them. And you can see here the message that says that the requirement was successfully released to the contract holder, and it's giving you a reference order that you can access. And the contract holder, as I was mentioning, is going to receive an email, and this email will list those specifications. Now, the next step is that the email also requests the contract holder to contact you in order for the contract holder to capture the purchase card information and to verify that there has not been any change specific to the requirement. And once that communication occurs, they can continue to fulfill the order, and there's another process there for the order fulfillment. The orders that have been placed are going to be in the summary of placed orders, and they're going to be listed as order pending, depending on whether the order is well fulfilled or not. And you can review the order to identify the products that were purchased and as well the point of contact of the contract holder at that point. And that in a nutshell is the process of placing orders through the EGOS NextGen GSS system. You can continue shopping, you can continue reviewing products, you can continue making comparisons after the fact, and you will have that type of information available for you. I would like to show you additionally how the information would look on your email, because once you place an order, you're also going to get a confirmation email that shows you that you have placed that order, who did you place it with, and it's going to give you a PDF document associated to that purchase information, indicating that the contract holder is the one that is going to be contacting you to make sure that everything is in place. Additionally, once the order has been placed and after a certain amount of time, between 15 minutes and 30 minutes, that order will be placed as well in your dashboard, and it's going to be listed as a next generation order with information associated to the order and whether the order was simply awarded, basically placed, or awarded funded when you have placed the payment on this specific order. So this information will also be available through the regular EGOS dashboard. So at this point, that is the basic workflow that I wanted you guys to see, and I'm going to see the questions and the different chat functionality that I have here to identify if anyone has a question. Right? As I was mentioning previously, this is the first deployment that we had for EGOS, the GSS module. I'm sure that you'll be curious to know as well what is going to happen with CS and SP3. The CS module is not going to change at the moment. We're in the process of modernizing it as well, and we'll keep you posted in terms of dates in which the CS module will be available, and we'll provide training sessions ahead of time of that deployment as well. Similarly speaking, it's going to happen with the RFP system. But for the time being, the EGOS dashboard will continue to be your bread and butter, and you will be able to access GSS through the NITAAC GSS button. We're expecting to release this new GSS module, which is not active yet, by the end of this week if everything is in place. And you will find more information in the NITAAC page. Additionally, I know that new systems carry lots of questions, and if you don't have any question at the moment, you can always send your questions to NITAAC support, and we'll make sure that they are answered. We're here to walk you through all the steps and the processes, so if you have any questions or any concern, just feel free to share it with us. If you have any question, feel free to type it into the chat or the Q&A, and if you don't, we can continue with our days, and I'm going to wait 1 minute for any additional question that you have in this specific training. So I have multiple questions here. Let's answer them one at a time. First question is, will older models be available when there is a technological refresh? So newer models are going to be quickly refreshed into the system. With this new release, we're also releasing brand new capabilities for contract holders to edit information directly on the web, to update information much faster than the process that is currently undergoing. And the expectation is that the technological refresh will be greatly, the time that it takes for refreshing will be greatly reduced in such a way that you can be confident that the catalog that is being displayed here is the most up-to-date. There's also additional tools that have been added to ensure and facilitate the work of NITAAC of reviewing all these products, especially if there's variations in price or specifications associated to them. But if it is a simple update, simple issue corrections, those are going to be immediate. The rest of it, it's going to be much easier to work with this specific catalog. Next question mentions, how soon after the new model is released will it be made available? Honestly, that is up to the contract holders. The expectation is that it can be up to less than 24 hours, as immediate as that, and that it depends also on the type of model that is available. If the model meets the specifications that GSS is looking for OMB or non-OMB compliant products, those products can be immediately accessible. If they don't, they would have to pass through a review process that NITAAC has, and they will be made available pretty soon. All right, and I think that's all of the questions that I have received at the moment. Please make sure to send any additional question that you have to NITAAC support email, or if you want a specialized specific training, we can always have the process of visiting you if you're here in the Washington, D.C. area, or work with you through WebEx to set up one-on-one training sessions if you believe that this could be of benefit with more members of your organizations. Feel free to send an email or a request to the NITAAC support. We're here to serve you guys, and thank you so much for the time that you have taken. We appreciate that, and have a wonderful day.